Ashley, what's up first?
Okay, the first one of the day is from Gabe. He says, good morning. I was on Reddit and saw the poster for Netflix' upcoming horror flick, Velvet Buzzsaw, and looked it up, and I am shocked that no one seems to be talking about it. Jake Gyllenhaal, Rene Russo, Toni Collette, John Malkovich starring, and Dan Gilroy, Nightcrawler, directing. What do you think?
Okay, at first, I kind of didn't even bother. I had people on the live show writing to me and asking, as soon as this trailer dropped, have you seen this Velvet Buzzsaw? I keep wanting to say Velvet Revolver.
Yeah.
Have you seen this Velvet Buzzsaw trailer? And I said, nah, it's a Netflix movie, blah, blah, blah. I'll take a pass on that for now. I'll get around to watching it. But I was curious because you do have that Nightcrawler re-teaming with Gilroy, Rene Russo, Jake Gyllenhaal. So that's interesting. So I finally get around to watching it yesterday. And it starts off and I'm like, it's a little pretentious. Okay, it's about there's going to be some highbrow thing about a guy in the art world who maybe goes a little crazy. And then it totally takes a left turn.
Yeah.
And you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of that trailer for that new James Gunn produced Superman twist movie, Brightburn. You know, it starts off one way. It's like, this is just a Superman ripoff. And then all of a sudden it takes a wild turn. That's what this trailer reminded me of. And, you know, you got Dan Gilroy directing, who did such an amazing job with Nightcrawler. He then followed it up with an underrated film, in my opinion, the Denzel Washington one, Israel Esquire. I thought that was really well done. He's coming back to do this. Now, I will say this, though. After I watched it, and I loved the trailer, I asked myself, okay, if this wasn't Dan Gilroy directing, and if it wasn't Jake Gyllenhaal in it, and Rene Russo, and on, if it wasn't them in it, and it was just like unknown players, would I still consider this really awesome looking, or would I consider it kind of a B-looking horror movie? And to be honest, I think I would consider it looking like a little bit like a B-rated horror movie. But it does have these people in it, which gets my expectations really up. So I'm excited about it. Aaron, you had a chance to check out this trailer. What did you think of the Velvet Buzzsaw trailer?
I loved it. I thought it was really engaging. It captured my attention I wouldn't say immediately. I was a little skeptical like you, but I knew that I'd heard about it from you. So I said, all right, let me invest some time in here. And the second that things started crawling out of the paintings, that was so exciting and was something that I hadn't seen before. But it's interesting that you say that Jake Gyllenhaal and Rene Russo are sort of the bar that you go, oh, wow, this is really something. Because for me, it's Toni Collette and John Malkovich.
Well, yeah.
I have not been really excited about a Jake Gyllenhaal movie since Donnie Darko. I gotta be honest, like for Jake Gyllenhaal.
Right.
I mean, I might be excited about the movie itself, but Jake Gyllenhaal is not necessarily the draw to get me in. Toni Collette, I'll see anything that she does, but I'm really excited about it, and I will definitely see it. I am curious though. What about it being a Netflix film makes you say, maybe not? Is it because you have access to it anytime? There's not the
No, I think part of the problem has been, although it's starting to change now, that for me, Netflix has got a pretty damn good track record of this original series they put out. Most of their movies are shit and horrible shit that they go and pick up from people who have nowhere else to put it. And like that Cloverfield movie they put up last year was just, oh my God. But I mean, that's changing. We've had Bird Box, which is pretty solid.
Oh, for
By the way,
sure.
also with John Malkovich.
Yes.
We've got Roma, which I admit I'm not a huge fan of Roma, but it is 99% positive it's going to win Best Picture at the Oscars this year. It's turning around. Now you got stuff like this. And I think I need to start re-examining my reactions to original Netflix because they are turning things around. Speaking of Toni Collette, though, I will say this. Every year we've got a few things that we think might be snubs at the Academy Award nominations.
I know where this is going.
There are only two real, I think, true snubs. One is Toni Collette for Hereditary. I was absolutely floored when I realized, like, wait a minute, where's Toni Collette? I still, for the life of me, cannot believe it. The only bigger snub than that was, of course, one of the best documentaries I've ever seen in my life, Won't You Be My Neighbor, the Fred Rogers one. I thought it was going to win easy, and then it didn't get nominated, and my jaw's still on the floor about that. So,
well,
anyway.
And also Black Panther getting a Best Picture nomination, and then no other nominations for anyone else involved.
Well, I mean, it did get 6 nominations, but none of the major categories.
Wait, that's what I mean.
No actor, no actress, no director, no whatever. And only
right.
the third film in 25 years to be nominated for Best Picture without also nomination as either director, actor, supporting actor, actress, supporting actress, cinematography.
That's what
or
I'm saying. I don't
screenplay.
understand it.
Yeah, well, we had that whole debate on the show yesterday. All right. Let's move on to the next topic. What's next?
Yeah, and you gotta love John Malkovich. Right now, I feel like he's just always like, "I'm John Malkovich, and you're all idiots." Like
Right,
that's
he's
like
just
his
the
like,
curmudgeonly man.
Oh, we love him.
Get off
He is
my
that.
lawn.
He's
Yeah.
that in Bird Box, too, and we love him
Yeah,
as that.
exactly.
Right.